Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying Uncle Remus and Bear Rabbit stories. I know I'm enjoying reading to you. So let's see what kind of trouble Bear Rabbit's going to get in now. I'm sure we're in for an adventure. Are you ready? We're going to meet a new character tonight. Besides Bear Rabbit, we're going to meet his friend that's the tortoise. So, gather your children, gather your blankets, your bears, and your yawns too, and let's all settle down because I have a story to read to you. Let's see. Tonight we're going to read Bear Theron Shows His Strength. There he is. I personally like turtles, and I like tortoises too. Do you know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? I bet you do. Bear Theron was the whittlest man, said Uncle Remus. He was the whittlest man of the whole gang. He was that. One night, there was a party in the neighborhood to make candy, and so many neighbors came in response to the invite that they had to put the molasses in the wash tub and build the fire in the yard. Bear, he helped to bring in the wood. Bear Fox, he mended the fire. Bear Wolf, he kept the dogs off. And old Bear Rabbit, he greased the bottom of the plates to keep the candy from sticking. And Bear Theron, he climbed up in a chair and said he see that the molasses didn't boil over. They're making candy. Have you ever made candy before or seen somebody make candy? Have you ever watched somebody pull taffy? If not, ask the grown-up or you find a video here on YouTube on how they pull taffy. It's a really fun and sticky adventure. Well, let's get back to our story. We left them all sitting around the fire in the pot, making candy out of molasses. There's Bear Fox and Bear Wolf and Bear too. There's Bear Rabbit and Bear Possum and Bear Raccoon. And there's the wise Bear Theron. Let's see what our gang of friends are up to. Well then, whilst they were all sitting there and the molasses was a-boiling and a-bubbling, they began talking mighty big. Bear Rabbit, he said he was the swiftest, but Bear Theron, he rocked along in the chair and watched the molasses. Bear Fox, he said he's the sharpest, but Bear Theron, he rocked along. Bear said he was the strongest, but Bear Theron, he rocked and he kept on rocking. By and by, he sort of shut one eye and says he, it looked like the old hard shell ain't nowhere alongside this crowd, yet here I is, and I'm the same man that can show Bear that he ain't the strongest, says he. Then they all laughed and hollered because it looked like Brer is stronger than an ox. By and by, they up and asked how he was going to do it. "Give me a good strong rope," said Bear Theron, says he, "and let me get in a puddle of water, and then let Brer see if he can pull me out," says he. They all laughed again, and Brer he says, "We ain't got no rope," says he. "No," said Bear Theron, "and neither of you got the strength." And then Bear Theron, he rocked and rocked alone, watched the molasses a-bubbling and a-bubbling. After a while, one of the neighbors up and say that she lent them a rope. While the candy was a-cooling on the plates, they could all go to the stream and see Bear Theron carrying out his project. Bear Theron, continued Uncle Remus, wasn't much bigger than the palm of my hand, and it looked mighty funny to hear him bragging about how he can outpull Brer Bear. But they get the rope after a while, and then they all set off for the stream. When Brer Theron found the place he wanted, he took one end of the rope and gave the other end to Bear. "Now then, ladies and gents," says Bear Theron, "you'll all go with Bear up there in the woods, and I'll stay here. And when you hear me holler, that's the time for Bear to see if he can haul in the slack of the rope. You all take care of that rope. You all take care of that there end," says he. "And I'll take care of this here end," says he. See? Then they all go off and left Brer Theron, and when they were good and all gone, he dived down into the water, he did, and tied the rope hard and fast to one of these big roots. And then he rose up and gave a woof. He gave a whoop. Bear, he wrapped the rope around his hand and winked. And with that, he gave a big jerk. But Big Theron didn't budge. Then he take both hands and gave a big pull. But all the same, Theron didn't budge. Then he turned around, he did. He put the rope across his shoulders, tried to walk off with Brer Theron. But Brer Theron looked like he don't feel like walking. Then Bear Wolf, he put in and helped Bear pull. But that made no difference. And then they all helped and blessed graciously whilst they were all a-pulling. Bear Theron, he hollered and asked them why they don't take up the slack. Then Bear Wolf, he put in and helped Bear pull, but that made no difference. And then they all helped him and blessed graciously while they were all a-pulling. Bear Theron, he hollered and asked them why they don't take up the slack. Then, when Bear Theron feels them quit pulling, he dived down and untied the rope. And by the time they got to the stream, Bear Theron, he was sitting on the edge of the water, just as natural as the next one. Then he up and says, "The last bull was a mighty stiff one, and a little more, and you'd had me," says he. You're monstrous strong, Bear. You pull like a yoke of an ox. but I sort of had advantage of you," says he. Then Bear, seeing as how his mouth begins to water for the sweetness, he up and says he expects that the candy is ready, and off they all go after it. And that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoy hearing about our adventures of our friends of Bear Fox and Bear Rabbit and Bear Theron and Bear, and how Bear Theron just fooled all of his friends. I cannot wait to read another adventure with you, and I hope you will come back to hear the next story. Good night, everybody.